Hello, I'm Sam Perez with your recap of the top headlines this week. Last Friday, a deadly tornado tore through southeast Kentucky. Forecasters say a twister packing winds up to 165 miles an hour roared across Laurel County, Kentucky. The F3 tornado cut across parts of a county with close to 60,000 people. Right now on your screen, you're seeing drone video of the storm that killed 19 people. Every neighbor on this street has a story about how they survived Friday night. For Tracy Schumann, it was hiding in the bathtub with his wife and dog while the house around him blew away. But the former pastor's unique sense of optimism is keeping him going. 10 News reporter Ellis Rold shares his story.
A Sunshine Hills family embracing the name.
Do you know I'm one of the most fortunate people ever in the world?
Meet Tracy Schumann. The former pastor's optimism shines even on one of his worst days.
It was a combination of the roaring train sound of the tornado and then things exploding and banging.
He and his wife Stephanie hid in the bathtub as an EF3 tornado ripped their home apart.
And I looked up and realized that the rafters and roof were completely gone on every place in the house except the bathroom.
Most everything but them taken away.
We realized we were probably 5 feet away from death, and we're safe.
And in the moment, the absence of who he knows best.
I didn't have a feeling of God being with me during that. I didn't think about angel wings.
But his survival, a sign.
You don't have to feel God for him to be there.
And in the strangers cleaning up his property, he finds blessings.
When another person helps you, the dirtier they get, the more they look like Jesus.
Pastor Schumann preaching, no roof needed.
As communities in Kentucky cope with the loss of their loved ones, they're also celebrating miracles. A mother who lost her 2-year-old son in the storm pulled him out of what was their home alive. Olivia Daig shares the mom's harrowing story and her relief.
There is our part of our dresser on top of that mattress.
Pieces. That's all that's left of Tara Hollyfield's home.
The house was right here where this concrete slab is, and they said that most of my stuff was over here in the neighbor's yard.
Friday night she was in bed, alerted by the sound of wind and frantic texts from family members.
You see it on the news and on social media, but you don't ever think it would happen to you or your family.
She realized the storm was coming towards her home. She rushed to get her son, but the storm hit first.
It flew me all up in the air, and when I landed, I stood immediately up and I went to go look for him.
She found her baby in a pile of debris.
The first thing I remember is when I got down, I really thought my son was dead. 'Cause he's not even 2 years old yet.
After some stitches, she's hugging him tight and picking up the pieces of her life.
They found an ultrasound picture when I was pregnant with my son. They found some of his toys, some of our clothes. We had a safe with some money in it.
Things can be replaced.
All of my neighbors that were around me are gone.
Her family can't.
It's tough. But I'm just thankful to be alive. It's a miracle to God that we're both alive, really.
We have a full list of how you can help storm victims. It includes donation sites, locations, and lists of needs across Laurel County. You can scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you directly to our article. In your other news headlines, a teen accused of killing an Alcoa woman in a car crash will face charges in adult court. A judge in Blount County decided to transfer Sebastian Jones from juvenile court. Jones is facing murder and other charges in the death of 19-year-old Madison Hosey. She was killed after a crash last winter. Court records show Jones escaped from the Gateway Center in Louisville, got drunk, and stole a car along with another suspect, Maddox Forsyth. He crashed his car into Madison Hosey's car and she died. Records also showed Jones had escaped the facility twice before the morning of that fatal crash. Hosey's parents say they hope her case can help keep others safe.
I'd like to see a Maddie's Law possibly go into effect, where the surrounding neighborhood would get an alert, if someone does escape again, just to let the neighborhood be aware.
Maddox Forsyth, the other teen involved in the case, will also be tried as an adult. He's facing a murder charge. A former West High School coach is now in custody after being charged with several sex crimes. Knoxville police officials say he was arrested in Sevier County Friday night. Authorities share that update online. They say Richard Scott Shaver now faces time in prison. It's tied to 4 counts of sexual battery by an authority figure and 2 counts of attempted sexual battery by an authority figure. The school district says he resigned 1 week ago on May 16th. We reported earlier this week the district placed the West High head football coach on administrative leave pending an investigation. And earlier this month, the Knox County grand jury indicted West High assistant football coach Chad Brooks on rape charges. Investigators say there are allegations that Brooks engaged in inappropriate behavior with past and present students. 65 more books are now removed from Knox County school shelves. The Age Appropriate Materials Act says books with nudity, excess violence, or sexual violence are not appropriate for any level, kindergarten through 12th grade. We asked KCS for a list of titles removed. Back in December, the original list included 48 titles, and now the updated list has more than 100 banned titles. Some schools removed just a handful of books, like Jefferson County with 11. Then there are districts like Oak Ridge with over 300 books pulled, and Monroe County banning nearly 600. Those complete lists of books can be found at WBIR.com. Oak Ridge police are making an appeal to help solve a mystery surrounding a newborn child. The department is sending out a flyer with utility bills this month with information about the unidentified infant. It asks for tips about baby Wyatt. The baby was found dead in Melton Hill Lake back in March 2020. The flyers will go out in mail through mid-June. It asks for tips and it does mention a reward. The flyers also include a link to our recent Appalachian Unsolved story about baby Wyatt. You can watch that right now on WBIR.com. A group in Knoxville facing funding cuts and threats to its survival is now seeing a flood of donations. It's a stunning turn of event for Knox Pride. 10 News reporter Lauren Davis shares how the organization is getting more packages than it ever expected.
Last week, Knox Pride posted a cry for help when their food pantry supply was low.
We weren't sure how we were going to pay our rent for the month of May, and we were down to about a half shelf of food. We see about 100 people a day, so a half shelf of food lasts maybe 2 hours.
That's when content creator Matthew Bounds saw the post and called on his followers to help.
I went and found their list, and as you can see, it's all pretty standard food pantry stuff.
As soon as I got home, I got my camera out, I made a quick video and let my audience know what was going on with them. Compared to my cooking videos, that video I posted about them just didn't seem to get a lot of views, and I was a little nervous that maybe it wasn't going to be successful.
But the post was successful, and support started pouring in.
We've gotten about 15,000 packages in the last week. We have enough food to cover us for some time.
It's even inspired East Tennesseans to pitch in too.
We've had hundreds of people stop by with carloads of food, personal care products, helping unbox, helping unload, help sort.
Bounds says he's just thankful to help.
Making cooking videos is great, writing cookbooks, like all that is awesome. But when I'm able to use my platform to help an organization like Knox Pride and help feed people, it's like the best feeling ever.
Knox Pride has even been able to fundraise for several months of rent.
We've raised almost 3 months of rent since last week, which is also wild. It doesn't make sense, especially when I don't get a regular paycheck. At the end of the month, if there's money left over, then I get paid.
Because Knox Pride received so many food donations, leaders will share what they receive with their community partners starting next week so everyone can eat. Well, thank you for watching this week's Top Headlines. You can catch us on 10 News every morning and evening. And here's a look at what's streaming now on WBIR+. You can check out some summer recipes from our 10 News team with Grillin' and Chillin'. Plus, hear from the former CARM CEO after finding his missing son, who was missing for more than 2 decades. We have your top stories on WBIR+. It's free to download on your TV. For now, let's send things over to our 10 Weather Impact team for a full look at your forecast.